Hi and Assalamualaikum, Medium Sharazad. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Nuhmara binti Hamdan and my metric number is 2023385425. Now, I want to present about the flow and process of investing in bonds. Instead, what is bonds? So, bond is a long-term fixed income security in which the issuer, or we call borrower, has agreed to pay a fixed income payment for a specific period, and to repay a fixed amount of principal at maturity to the bondholder. That's why is investing bonds. Investing bonds means lending money to a government, corporations, or other entity for a fixed period in exchange for regular interest payment, or we call coupon payment, and the return of the principal amount at the maturity. So next, for comprehend the key bonds, bonds can be issued by government or company. So for government bonds, they are issued by the government to finance public projects and pay off the national debt. For corporate bonds, they are issued by private company to obtain funds for investment purpose. To be more precise, investor lend to the issuer, which is the government or company, and the issuer pay back with interest. And the market value of bond does not remain constant even though the interest rate is fixed. Bond price changes according to the interest rate and market demand. This is because investors prefer bonds that offer higher interest rates. Therefore, all bonds with low interest rates become less attractive. And safer bonds are those that are of high quality and provide lower interest rate. Next, before we start investing in bonds, we need to know types of bonds what we want to use. So here we have 4 types of bonds, which is the first one is a government bonds, the second one is corporate bonds, municipal bonds, and international bonds. So for government bonds, the promises return to usually lower than corporate bonds because of their lower risk. In turn, the return for the corporate bond is higher because the company may face financial failure. Is it also intended to attract investors who bear higher risk? So for municipal bonds, in some countries, is it intended to finance public projects like school and hospital. And the last one is international bonds. International bonds are issued by governments, companies, or financial institutions from other countries that are intended to finance national spending costs but are more related to national or state border. There are also risks to international bonds, namely currency exchange, political risk, and foreign economic risk. So next, we want to know how bonds work. So bonds are a debt instrument and represent loans made to the issuer. Bonds allow individual investors to take on the roles of lenders. Government and companies typically use bonds to borrow money to finance roads, schools, dams, or other infrastructure. So next, we want to know how bond price work. So bond prices are very sensitive to changes in interest rate because bonds pay fixed interest, and all the bonds adjust their price to remain competitive with new bonds that offer current interest rates. And other factors such as supply and demand, credit risk, and time to maturity also have a significant impact on changes in bond price. What is a bond fund? First of all, we need to identify the bond fund that we want to invest in, which is we can buy them through bank, secondary market, and a broker. So for a bank, many banks offer unit trust or mutual funds that invest in bonds. If you want to invest through a bank, is it more easily you just need to walk into to the bank, and bank staff or financial advisor will guide you, and it's suitable for beginner. So next is buying bond funds via secondary market. The secondary market is where existing bond funds of exchange trade funds are traded. This can be bought and sold like share on the Malaysian Stocks Exchange. And the third one is buying through a broker. It's where via on a platform or investment firms. It's allow access to a wide range of bond funds, both local and international. And the last one is diversify our bond portfolio. So diversify our bond portfolio by buying different types of bonds such as government, corporate and Islamic bonds and so on, and include bonds with different maturity. We have three types of maturity categories such as short term, medium terms and long term. Each of this category has a different return profile because changes in interest rate, short terms and long terms bonds respond differently. And finally, consider investing in bonds funds rather than buying individual bonds, which may require a large capital outlay. And yeah, that's all from me. Thank you for spending time with me.